Hi, good to see you again. Welcome to Block 3, Developing Number Sense, Lesson 2. I'll share my screen. So, in your previous lesson, you learned mental strategies to perform addition and subtraction of integers. In today's lesson, you're going to learn how to use mental strategies for multiplication and division of integers. Remember to like the video, share the video with those you think can benefit, subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification bell so that when new videos are released, you will be notified. Thank you. Before we start, I would like you to pause the video and answer these retrieval practice questions in 3 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered the retrieval practice questions, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. For the first one, 7 times 8 is 56. 8 times 7 is 56. 7 times 9 is 63. 8 times 6 is 48. 28 divided by 7 is 4. 54 divided by 6 is 9. 81 divided by 9 is 9. 40 divided by 5 is 8. And here, you're asked to work out the area of the rectangle. The area of a rectangle is the length times the width. So 7 times 12 is 84 square meters. Let's do some new learning for this lesson. If you're asked to work out 28 times 7, what mental strategies might you use? Have a think. Well, there are different mental strategies, but here we can look at this as if we were doing a multiplication or finding the area of a rectangle, of which one side, the length is 28 and the width is 7. We can decide to split 28 into 8 and 20. So 8 units and 2 tenths. Now, this calculation becomes 7 times 20 and then 8 times 7. Now, 7 times 20, you can just look at this as 7 times 2, which is 14, with just 14 being 10 times bigger because 20 is 10 times bigger than 2. So your answer will be 140. So your calculation would become 140 plus 56 because 7 times 8 is 56. That is one mental strategy of doing it. Another mental strategy could be to multiply 7 by 30, and then when we finish, we subtract 7 times 2 from it because 30 is 2 lots bigger than it's 2 bigger than 28. So your calculation could be done that way. Your calculation could also be done as 14 times 14. So 14 means we have halved the length and we have doubled the width. And if you know your square numbers, that would be 14 times 14, which is 196. So here you can see how the calculation could have been done. So that is another mental strategy that we could use. Now look at this animation. It tells you why our previous calculation works. So we have halved the length and doubled the width. Now, what about 3 times 8? Well, we know 3 times 8 is 24. How does this help us? Using some known facts about, so if we know our multiplication tables, we can use it to answer some questions using some mental strategies. So, for example, if you're asked to work out 30 times 8, we can use the mental facts or the multiplication fact that we know that 3 times 8 is 24 to answer this question. Now, we know that 3 times 8 means 3 lots of 8. So 30 times 8 means 30 lots of 8. But note what is going on here. When we multiply 30 times 8, we have simply made 3 10 times bigger. The 8 stays the same, so our answer will just be 10 times bigger. So we know 3 times 8 is 24, so 30 times 8 will be 240. We just put a 0 in front of the 224. What about 30 times 800? Well, note that we have made the 30 10 times bigger than the 3, and we have made the 8 10 times 100 times bigger, which is 100 times 100. So if you look at it in combination, we've made it 10 times bigger and that 100 times bigger. So our answer will have to be 1,000 times bigger, which is 24,000. It's now time to pause the video and practice what you've learned. Pause the video and answer question 1 in 3 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered question 1, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. So for question 1, here Whitney is working out 13 times 7 mentally. So first, she multiplied 10 times 7, which is 70, then multiplied 3 by 7, which is 21, then added 70 and 21 to get 91. Now, you're asked to use Whitney's method to work out the calculations for parts A and B and to write the steps you followed. And you could have gotten this, all right? So you could have done 10 times 5, which is 50, and then 6 times 5, which is 30, and then you added them up. Okay, so these are the steps you could have got. And then this is for 1B, C, D, and E, and F. Okay, so these are mental strategies. These mental strategies can be really useful where you partition the numbers into tens and units, and then you add them mentally as well. So mark your work and celebrate your success. All right, let's move on. Pause the video and answer question 2 in 2 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered question 2, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. So here, Miss Chu needs to buy 15 tiles. She can buy a pack of 15 or she can buy them individually. By doing a quick mental calculation, is it cheaper to buy the pack of 15? And then you ask to explain why mental arithmetic might help in everyday life. Well, it has just helped us here to determine that whether it is cheaper to buy the pack of 15 or to buy individually. So simple mental calculation can help us do this. So doing 15 times 7, okay, 15 times 7 mentally, we can do 10 times 7, which is 70, and then 7 times 5, which is 35. When we add them, we'll see that it is 105. So it is cheaper to buy the tiles individually, not the pack of 15 tiles. Pause the video and answer questions 3 and 4 in 3 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered questions 3 and 4, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. So for question 3, you were asked, here is a rectangle. You're asked to describe a mental method you could use to work out the area of the rectangle. So there are different mental methods, but here, this one really works well. So we can see that 39 is really close to 40. So, and you know that to work out the area, it's going to be 4 times 39. So 39 lots of 4. Now, we can say, what about if we work out 40 lots of 4 and then subtract 4 from that? And that's what has been done here. So 40 times 4 will be 160, and then you do 160 minus 4, which is 156. Now here is another one. Here are some multiplications. You've been asked to work them out mentally, and you can see the calculations. Note that this is something simple as doing 6 times 4, which is 24, and you just have the 60 is 10 times bigger than the 6. So you just add 0 in front of your answer, which is 240. Then here, you can see that 600 is 100 times bigger than 6 if you simply did 6 times 4. So we're using the known fact that 6 times 4 is 24 to do this calculation. And then here, we're using the known fact that this is 100 times bigger than 4, and then this is 10 times bigger than 6. So altogether, our answer will be 1,000 times bigger. So that will be 24,000. Pause the video and answer questions 5 and 6 in 4 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered questions 5 and 6, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. So here for question 5, you were asked, here is a method to work out 99 times 7 mentally. So first, the person multiplied 100 by 7 and simply subtracted 7 from the answer. Now, explain to a partner why this method works, and then work out 98 times 7 mentally, then write these steps in your thinking. So here, the method works because, so let's just discuss it quickly. The method works because 100 times 7, 99 times 7, 99 times 7 is 99 lots of 7. So if you do 100 times 7, you simply just added one more lot of 7 to what you would normally get if you do 99 times 7. So if you do 100 times 7, which is 700, you can just take 7 from 700, which is 693. And you can use the same method to do this because you can take 7 and then take away 7 again, so which will be 686. Here you're asked to work out 199 times 3 mentally. Well, you can use the same strategy. You can do 200 times 3 and then subtract 3 from your answer. And that would be 597. So 200 times 3 is 600, and then 600 minus 3 will be 597. And then you're asked to work out these calculations mentally using the same strategies we used above. Okay, let's move on. So make sure you mark your work and celebrate your success. Let's look at division. If you're asked to divide 60 by 15, how could you do this mentally? Have a think. Well, it is helpful to think about division in two different ways. You can think of division as grouping or sharing. As sharing, it simply means we should share 60 amongst 15 people. So it's about thinking, okay, if I share 60 among 15 people, how many will each of them get? Well, quite a lot of us don't so much know about the 15 times table, so that could be a bit challenging. You could also think about division as grouping. So you're thinking, how many lots of 15 can you get from 60? That's another way of thinking about it. So if we do that, we can use this mental method below, this block model or this bar model, to do the division. So thinking about how many lots of 15 you can get from 60 can be a useful mental strategy. So in this case, our answer is 4. So I prefer this one. What about 30 divided by 20? 300 divided by 20. Well, it is helpful to think about a simpler calculation before you then scale it up. So if we scale it down, we could say, well, we know that there are 5 lots of 20 in 100, and then 300 is 3 lots of 100. So if we can get how many lots of 20 we can get in 100, we can scale our answer up. And that is exactly what happens. So we can have 5 groups of 20. So we're now thinking in groups because it's easier to do calculations that way. So thinking about how many lots of 20 you can get from 100 and then scaling it up to 3 because you have 300, which is 3 lots of 100, can really help you to do mental the calculations like this mentally. And then your answer is 15. What about this one? What facts do you know that can help you do this calculation mentally? Well, if you think about it, 35 is, you can have 7 groups of 30, sorry, you can have 5 groups of 7 from 35. So if you do 35 divided by 7, you'll get 5. But looked at, you have 3,500, or Americans will call it 3,500. So 3,500 is 100 times bigger than 35. So it means your answer will be 100 times bigger. So it's like doing 35 divided by 7, and then you times that answer by 100. It's now time to pause the video and do your practice questions. So pause the video and answer questions 7 and 8 in 3 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered questions 7 and 8, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. So for question 7, Teddy is explaining how he worked out 600 divided by 25 in his head. So here he says, there are 4 lots of 25 in 100. I then multiplied 4 by 6 to get 24. So 600 divided by 25 is 24. Why did Teddy multiply by 6 to get the answer? It's because there are 6 lots of 100 in 600. Okay? So really straightforward calculation. Using this strategy can help you do calculations mentally really quickly. Here is question 8. Here are the answers. Using similar method to Teddy, you could have worked out these calculations really quickly. All right? And here are the answers. Pause the video and answer questions 9 and 10 in 3 minutes. Assuming you've paused the video and you've answered the questions, here are the answers. Let's discuss them. So for question 9, you were asked to explain how you can mentally work out 240 pounds divided by 6. Well, there are different ways to do it, but one really quick and easy way to do it is to do 24 divided by 6. But you can see that 240 is 10 times bigger than 24. So your answer will be 10 times bigger. So your answer will be 40 pounds. Use mental methods to work out these divisions, and we can do the same strategy here. So here we can use the fact that 45 divided by 9 is equal to 5, so the answer will be 50. Here you can use the fact that 63 divided by 7 is 9, so your answer will be 90. Here you can use the fact that 32 divided by 4 is 8, so your answer will be 800. Here you can use the fact that 64 divided by 8 is 8, so your answer will be 80. Here you can use the fact that 35 divided by 5 is 7, so 350 divided by 5 is 70. Here you can use the fact that 72 divided by 12 is 6, so your answer will be 600, because 72 is 100 times smaller than 7,200, or 7,200 is 100 times bigger than 72. And that brings us to the end of our lesson. So in this lesson, you have focused on learning how to use mental strategies to carry out multiplication and division of integers. Well done for sticking around and for taking your learning seriously. Until next time, take really good care of yourself, and bye-bye.